The year is 1643, a time of great turmoil and division in England. The English Civil War rages, pitting Parliament against the king. In the heart of this conflict lies the strategic city of Oxford, the royalist capital. From here, Prince Rupert of the Rhine, a dashing and audacious cavalry commander, plans his next move. Rupert, nephew of King Charles I, is renowned for his aggressive tactics and lightning raids. He receives intelligence of a parliamentarian convoy, carrying a substantial sum of money. The convoy, laden with £21,000, is a tempting target for the cash-strapped royalists. On the night of June 17th, under the cloak of darkness, Rupert sets his plan into motion. He leads a force of approximately 1,500 men, a mix of cavalry and dragoons. Their objective: to intercept the convoy and disrupt parliamentarian operations. The royalist force moves swiftly and silently through the Oxfordshire countryside. However, the intelligence proves to be flawed. The convoy is nowhere to be found. Undeterred, Rupert decides to make the most of the situation. He turns his attention to the scattered parliamentarian garrisons in the area. The royalists raid the villages of Postcombe and Chinner, taking the enemy by surprise. They capture prisoners, seize supplies, and spread fear among the parliamentarian ranks. The raid is a success, but it has alerted the parliamentarian forces to Rupert's presence. As dawn breaks on June 18th, the royalists begin their withdrawal towards Oxford. They are laden with plunder and prisoners, slowing their pace. Meanwhile, the alarm has been raised in the parliamentarian camp. A force of parliamentarian cavalry, under the command of Major John Gunter, sets off in pursuit. Among them is John Hampden, a prominent member of Parliament and a respected military leader. Hampden, serving as a volunteer, is eager to engage the enemy. He is a symbol of parliamentarian resistance and a thorn in the side of the king. The parliamentarian pursuit is relentless, and they soon catch up with the royalist rearguard. Rupert, never one to shy away from a fight, decides to make a stand. He chooses his ground carefully, a large, open field near the village of Chalgrove. The field is ideal for a cavalry engagement, offering plenty of room to maneuver. Rupert deploys his forces, preparing to counterattack the pursuing parliamentarians. The parliamentarian cavalry, eager for a victory, charges across the field. They are met by a devastating volley from the royalist dragoons, who are concealed behind a hedge. The volley throws the parliamentarian charge into disarray. Before they can recover, Rupert leads his cavalry in a thunderous countercharge. The royalist horsemen, superior in number and experience, crash into the parliamentarian ranks. The fighting is fierce and brutal, a maelstrom of steel and horseflesh. In the midst of the melee, John Hampden is struck by 2 carbine bolts. He is mortally wounded, his shoulder shattered. Despite his grievous injuries, Hampden manages to ride off the field. He makes his way to the nearby town of Tain, seeking refuge and medical attention. Back on the battlefield, the parliamentarian cavalry is in full retreat. The royalists pursue them relentlessly, cutting down many in their flight. The arrival of a larger parliamentarian force under Sir Philip Stapleton prevents a complete rout. However, the battle is already lost for the parliamentarians. The Battle of Chalgrove Field is a decisive victory for the royalists. It is a small clash in the grand scheme of the war, but its consequences are significant. The victory boosts royalist morale and marks the beginning of a series of successes. The ease of Rupert's raid exposes the weakness of the parliamentarian defenses. It leads to criticism of the Earl of Essex, the parliamentarian commander-in-chief. But the most significant outcome of the battle is the death of John Hampden. He lingers for 6 days, suffering from his wounds. On June 24, 1643, John Hampden succumbs to his injuries. His death is a devastating blow to the parliamentarian cause. He was a man of great principle and integrity, respected by both sides. His loss is mourned throughout England, a testament to his stature. The Battle of Chalgrove Field, though small, casts a long shadow over the English Civil War. It is a reminder of the brutal reality of war and the human cost of conflict. The battle highlights the importance of cavalry in the English Civil War. It demonstrates the effectiveness of Prince Rupert's aggressive tactics. The battle also reveals the weaknesses in the parliamentarian command structure. The loss of John Hampden creates a leadership vacuum on the parliamentarian side. His death galvanizes the parliamentarian cause, turning him into a martyr. The battle serves as a wake-up call for the parliamentarians, forcing them to reorganize their forces. In the long run, the lessons learned at Chalgrove Field contribute to the eventual parliamentarian victory. The Battle of Chalgrove Field remains a significant event in the history of the English Civil War. It is a story of bravery, tragedy, and the enduring human spirit. The memory of John Hampden, the fallen hero of Chalgrove Field, lives on. His legacy continues to inspire those who fight for freedom and justice. The battlefield itself is now a peaceful place, a stark contrast to its violent past. But the echoes of the past can still be heard in the rustling of the leaves and the sighing of the wind. The Battle of Chalgrove Field is a small but important chapter in the larger story of the English Civil War. It is a reminder that even the smallest of clashes can have far-reaching consequences. The battle is a testament to the courage and sacrifice of the men who fought and died on that fateful day. Their story is a vital part of England's rich and complex history. The events of June 18, 1643, forever changed the course of the war. The Royalist victory was a short-lived triumph, but its impact was long-lasting. The death of Hampden was a strategic loss that the parliamentarians struggled to overcome. The battle exposed the vulnerability of the parliamentarian forces to surprise attacks. It forced the parliamentarians to adopt a more defensive posture in the region. The battle also had a significant psychological impact on both sides. For the Royalists, it was a confirmation of their military superiority. For the parliamentarians, it was a harsh lesson in the realities of war. The battle is a microcosm of the larger conflict, a clash of ideologies and ambitions. It is a story of loyalty and betrayal, of courage and cowardice. The Battle of Chalgrove Field is a reminder that history is not just about grand strategies and epic battles. It is also about the individual lives that are caught up in the tide of events. The story of John Hampden is a powerful example of this. He was a man who stood up for his beliefs, even at the cost of his own life. His sacrifice was not in vain, as it inspired others to continue the fight. The Battle of Chalgrove Field is a story that deserves to be remembered. It is a story that teaches us about the past and helps us to understand the present. The lessons of Chalgrove Field are as relevant today as they were in 1643. The battle is a reminder of the importance of leadership, courage, and sacrifice. It is a story that will continue to be told for generations to come. The sun sets over Chalgrove Field, casting long shadows across the landscape. The battlefield is quiet now, but the echoes of the past remain. The story of the Battle of Chalgrove Field is a timeless tale of war and its consequences. It is a story that will never be forgotten. The Royalist dragoons, hidden and waiting, were a key element of Rupert's plan. Their initial volley was designed to break the momentum of the parliamentarian charge. The parliamentarian cavalry, confident and perhaps overeager, rode directly into the trap. The chaos caused by the volley was the opening Rupert needed. His own charge was timed to perfection, exploiting the enemy's confusion. The royalist troopers were well drilled and disciplined, a stark contrast to their opponents. The ensuing melee was a brutal and personal affair, with swords and pistols used at close quarters. John Hampden, always leading from the front, was an easy target for the royalist marksman. His decision to ride off the field, despite his wounds, was a testament to his resilience. The Greyhound Inn in Thame, where he died, became a place of pilgrimage for his supporters. The news of his death spread quickly, causing shock and dismay throughout the parliamentarian ranks. The royalists, on the other hand, celebrated the death of one of their most formidable opponents. The battle, though a tactical victory for the royalists, may have been a strategic error. The death of Hampden created a powerful martyr for the parliamentarian cause, strengthening their resolve. The battle also led to a re-evaluation of parliamentarian military strategy. The need for a more professional and disciplined army became apparent. This eventually led to the formation of the new model army, which would go on to win the war. So, in a strange twist of fate, the defeat at Chalgrove Field may have sown the seeds of the parliamentarian victory. The battle is a complex and fascinating event, with many layers of meaning. It is a story that continues to be studied and debated by historians to this day. The legacy of Chalgrove Field is a reminder that the past is never truly dead. It is a living, breathing thing that continues to shape our world. The story of the battle is a powerful reminder of the human capacity for both good and evil. It is a story that will continue to resonate with audiences for centuries to come. The courage of the soldiers on both sides is a testament to the human spirit. The tragedy of the battle is a reminder of the futility of war. The memory of Chalgrove Field is a warning against the dangers of division and extremism. It is a call for unity and understanding, a plea for peace. The battle may be over, but its lessons live on. The story of Chalgrove Field is a story for all time. The wind whispers through the long grass of the battlefield, carrying the echoes of the past. The sun sets on the horizon, painting the sky in hues of red and gold. The battlefield is at peace now, a silent monument to the men who fought and died here. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. The story of the Battle of Chalgrove Field is a story of England, a story of its people, a story of its soul. It is a story that will be told and retold, as long as there are people to listen. The battle was a turning point, a moment of decision. It was a clash of wills, a test of strength. The outcome of the battle was uncertain until the very end. The royalists fought with the confidence of a superior force. The parliamentarians fought with the desperation of an underdog. In the end, it was the royalists who emerged victorious. But their victory came at a high price. The death of Hampden was a loss that they could not afford. The battle was a brutal and bloody affair. The ground was littered with the bodies of the dead and dying. The air was filled with the cries of the wounded and the stench of death. It was a scene of unimaginable horror. But even in the midst of the carnage, there were acts of courage and compassion. The story of the Battle of Chalgrove Field is a story of the human condition. It is a story of our capacity for both great good and great evil. It is a story that we must never forget.